We've all wanted a physical keyboard on our iPhones at some point. Clicks built one. I tested it so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. This is the Clicks Power Keyboard. It's a magnetic, slide-out, Bluetooth keyboard that snaps to the back of your iPhone via MagSafe. And it's also a power bank. Two things in one. Sounds great on paper. It's designed for any MagSafe compatible iPhones or any Android phone that has G2 magnets at the back, so you can snap this back to the Android phone. The magnets here are just to attach the keyboard to the device and also to charge the device, but mostly it connects via Bluetooth. It works via tablets, smart TVs, basically anything that accepts Bluetooth. It comes in about £90 here in the UK, but there's a sale happening at the moment and you can get it for like £75. I actually got this for like 60 quid because I pre-ordered it. Talking about the feel and the build quality of this product, this feels really premium. I know it's made out of plastic, but it's heavier than you expect, and that weight actually means something. It feels like, it feels premium. It doesn't feel cheap. The magnet on the back here is very strong. I'll attach it to a phone in a bit and I'll show you. And that's the part that impressed me the most. The slide mechanism is clean. Slide it up and you can attach your phone here. And then, when you're done, you can slide it back down and you're done. The one thing that bothers me is when I shake this, there's a slight rattle that I can feel inside. And that doesn't inspire confidence. Let's talk about the negatives. When the phone is attached, the magnets are really strong. Now, that is a positive. I'll give you that. But there are so many other issues that cause, me not loving this product as much as I would want it to. The good thing is that the magnets are strong so that the phone doesn't drop off. But the slide itself, I do not know how long it's going to last. The other thing is when I have the phone attached or when the slide is up, there are so many exposed bits and pieces here. The screws, for example, the ribbon that's inside that, that helps you with the slide mechanism, all that. Now, these are things that I would have preferred to be hidden. Most premium accessories manage that. But more importantly, if dust or dirt gets in here, I feel like over time, this mechanism is going to fail. Okay, let's talk about the biggest problem. Remember, literally a minute ago, I said that the weight made this feel solid and premium, but that comes with a lot of negatives. By itself, the keyboard weighs about 180 grams. My iPhone 17 Pro Max here is around 227 grams. I do have a slim case on it as well. So when I do all this together, when I combine all this together, that's more than 400 grams I'm holding in one hand. And because the keyboard is attached to the bottom, and when I try to do this and I'll start typing, it's really top heavy. The most important thing that you're going to do with this keyboard is to type, right? And when the phone and the whole thing is really top heavy, it doesn't help you at all. Now, if I try this on landscape mode or put my phone like this, then yeah, it kind of solves the problem. The balance is much better. But still, when you start typing and you go on for like 2 minutes, you feel it in your pinkies. You might have heard about the pinky dent that people get. I think I've got it here as well, due to holding an iPhone or any phone. If you're going to be holding your phone with this keyboard attached, you're going to expect that problem to be much worse. It's like a workout for your pinky, basically. Let's talk about the app quickly. So Clicks comes with its own keyboard. When I turn the power keyboard on by clicking on this button over here, because I've already attached it to this phone, now you can see that the lights lit up and then, you can configure the keyboard to the way you want. You can change the backlight on the keyboard, the time it takes to dim the backlight, how it deals with caps locks, cursor mode and all that. The app is okay. I can't complain. It does its work. You can configure stuff like, how much power you want to reserve for the keyboard, because this is a power bank as well. I'll get into that in a bit. And then, you can change your keyboard layout to, British or US, the currency symbol that you have, stuff like that. And you can, manage all your paired device here as well. The good thing about this Clicks Power Keyboard is that you can pair 9 devices. Usually I've had loads of Bluetooth keyboards in the past and all of them have a limit of 3. But whereas, this one goes all the way up to 9. So, you could have your main phone, your secondary phone, your iPad even, your Apple TV, your Android device. You can go on and on. Now, let's get to the review of the keyboard itself, because I know that's why you are here. The typing experience is honestly and sadly the biggest problem of this keyboard. First of all, the keys are really small. They are individual, circular, and they are raised as well. They require real effort to press. So don't be expecting to, touch type your way out of this. I know, yes, this is a new way of typing on your iPhone. We have got used to, the touch keyboard on iPhones or any other phone, and now you're going back to physical keyboards, and that's going to take a bit of time. I appreciate that. But there's a lot of gymnastics that you have to do in order to type your message. So I'm in the Notes app now, and if I start typing hello, that took a lot of time for me to type. That's mostly because, number one, I'm still getting used to this, and mostly because of how top heavy this whole thing is. And also my pinky right here, it hurts a lot. And I don't think this is a case of, give it a week, I'll get used to it. It genuinely is, and it feels genuinely hard to type because of the way the keys are set up. I would have preferred if the keys were a bit close together, more like the flat edge-to-edge keys you would find on a laptop, or even on an older BlackBerry, where you have a bigger contact area compared to the small keys that you find on this keyboard. I think these keys, they look clean, the small circular individual keys, they look good, but they make accurate typing harder, not easier. And I would have killed to have the keys feel easy to press. Another thing here is on the iPhone 17 Pro Max here, when you're trying to type any of these number rows here, it's really hard because the phone sits really close to the number row. So, mind you, the number keys are even smaller than the other keys, right? It's smaller than the alphanumeric English letter keys. So when I'm typing, if I have to switch back and type a number, I had to like squint and put my hand in here while also trying to hold this whole thing, which is really top heavy. Let me show you what I mean with an iPhone 15 Pro. So this is an iPhone 15 Pro, and in here you can see that the gap is much bigger. So in here, actually typing the numbers are relatively easy compared to the bigger phone. And also because this phone weighs less than the 17 Pro Max I've got over here, it's kind of easier to hold as well. Let's talk about the power bank features. This is a power bank as well, meaning you can charge your phone via MagSafe. It charges only at 5 watts, which means your phone is going to charge really, really slow. I did an experiment. My iPhone 17 Pro Max over here was on 44%, and I charged it for 10 minutes with this, and it went to 46%. So I wasn't using the phone. I put the phone on the desk, and I had attached this power bank to it, and it charged just 2% in 10 minutes, which is really slow. And mind you, if you were actually working or doing something on the phone, or even just scrolling Instagram or something, I don't think the phone would have ever charged, because that's really slow for any meaningful output. Now, if you're going to get this power keyboard, get it for the keyboard, not the battery at all. If you already own this, and if for some reason you have no other way of charging your phone, then charge using this. If not, find any other means to charge your phone, because this thing is really slow. Here's the thing. I personally think that Clicks, they should have dropped this power bank idea, like totally. Just put a smaller battery on this, so that would have helped with the overall ergonomics of this item. It would have been less top heavy to type on it. Yes, you have to fix the keys and the stuff like that, but that would have made this a much better product. You would have heard about this thing where, you're meant to do one thing and do it really well. I think that's what Clicks should have done. They tried to do two things here, keyboard and also a power bank. That's where they messed up. They should have just focused on the keyboard and done a good job. Sadly, this kind of fails at both. As I said, the power bank, it's too slow, and the keyboard, it's really finicky. That said, I do want to give this keyboard a fair chance, just the keyboard. So I've connected this keyboard to my 17 Pro Max here with Bluetooth. And then if I just type it, as a handheld keyboard without having it attached to the iPhone, it becomes relatively easier. Still, as I said, I'm not going to be as fast as touch typing or anything like that, because the keys are hard to press, and this is something new I'm getting used to and all that. But it does make typing a bit easier. So yeah, if you are on your couch watching Apple TV or something, and you want to, type what you want to watch on the search bar instead of having to deal with the Apple TV remote, this is a relatively better option. But then for that, I have something like this, which stays next to the couch where I watch TV. So here's my verdict on this. This is a V1 product. And if I'm being honest with you, this feels like a V0.8. A magnetic keyboard that works across any device and adds a battery in the same form factor. Now that's a compelling idea and a compelling pitch, but the execution has gaps. The build quality itself is great, although I have questions about the future durability of this. The app is well done. The magnetic attachment is really good. I'm really surprised how strong these magnets are on a slim body as well. Look how slim this is. The typing experience, the one thing that this is meant to do well, that's where it falls apart. What I'm hoping is that Clicks is already working on a V2. They'd have a rethink about the power bank situation. Just make a normal keyboard without the battery options, without the power bank options. And also, this is a new product, which means now I feel like other companies are trying to, or will try to, copy something like this. And hopefully, maybe they make something better than Clicks can do. I hope this is a successful product enough so that Clicks, they make a V2 of it. And hopefully, other companies have their own take on, a magnetic attachable keyboard to the iPhone and other Android phones. So, should you buy this? I think for now, hold off until, Clicks, they sort out the issues on this V1 of a product. Or maybe there's a competitor that makes a better product. And if you do want a keyboard that you want to, type on your iPhone or type on the go, what I've been doing is I have this muff tripod which I attach my phone to and then use a third-party foldable keyboard. And, that just works. It's not an elegant solution as this one, but it just works. That's it for this video. If you found this useful, please do consider subscribing. I'll be covering more iPhone accessories and Apple hardware here as I go. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.